Through watching Through Deaf Eyes, I learned a lot about the deaf community, and it clarified a lot of the misconceptions that I had about them. Specifically, I didn't realize how much division existed within the community. I had always thought that the pressure for the oralist method had come from outside of the community, from the hearing community onto the deaf community, but I didn't realize that it was people who had deaf family, who were deaf themselves, that were putting the pressure on the community to move toward the oralist method, to have the deaf community speak rather than sign. What I gathered from the video was that a lot of the deaf community doesn't feel like speaking is how they should express themselves. They don't feel like it's true to themselves. They feel like sign is more accurate. One thing that really stood out to me about the film was how those within the community express themselves. I've found that as people grow older in the hearing community, it seems like we tend to become almost more monotone and monotonous about life and communication, and we don't pour as much energy and expression into it as the deaf community does. But in the deaf community, it almost seemed the opposite, and it seemed that as those in the community grow older, they kind of come more into themselves and feel that they can be more expressive and use more facial expressions, use more larger hand gestures, and really begin to own their deafness and become proud of it and become proud of their language and their community. I think that the creation of the deaf community, to me, and how I view it, suggests to those outside of it that the deaf community is an incredibly strong, powerful force that understands how to have disagreements and address those disagreements without becoming violent. They seem to handle it very effectively. They found ways to truly express their needs and express themselves and why they felt they deserved to have a deaf president at Gallaudet. I think the deaf community needs to be looked at as more resilient and more capable than we do look at them. Overall, I thought the film was really, really good, and I feel like I've become more educated about the deaf community and the origins of it and the struggles that it's had throughout the years, but I definitely know that I still have a lot more to learn about it.